Welcome to North American Trapper. I get an opportunity this week to follow Mark Steck. He's the owner of Weeby Knives, and he's on his muskrat line out in South Dakota. He does a lot of muskrat trapping, and muskrats do a lot of damage across the country, and you're going to see that in this show. They're going to burrow up under the roads. They're going to burrow up under a lot of different areas, whether you're a farmer, a rancher, a landowner. If you have a pond and they get in that pond and start burrowing and digging, you're going to have the sides collapse, and ultimately, Mark shows us a couple techniques that are going to help you anywhere in the country. If you have rats and you have problems with muskrats, these are going to help you control those populations where you live.
This body of water is swelled up, partly due to the snow melt, but we have high water here in South Dakota right now, and a lot of these rats, I've probably taken 15 rats off of this float, and most of them are living in the road. And we're kind of got a little bit of a sag here, so I assume we got a rat. And yes, we do. And these are spring rats. And so the males are out moving a lot. That's a good sized rat there. We'll shake him off. And so what they do on these floats is they climb up, they mark them, but actually I had some of my baits in here and they just chewed that to heck. My idea is that they couldn't get to the bait and lure, but they do. And so while the traps are underwater with rats in them, other rats crawl up and they just eat the heck out of that. So I'm using a Duke 1.5 coil here. Duke 1.5 coils. I've caught literally thousands of coon, muskrats, and hundreds of mink in them. They're just a good all-around trap. And I put it onto the float and I tilt it sideways so that they're blocked in. They're going to crawl over that trap. It doesn't matter that they can see the trap. And so they'll crawl over it, they'll get caught. Very quick process. And so this one's ready to take some more rats. All right, behind me is a really decent sized muskrat house. And the road district, they dug the ditch low, and so all this drained out, and so we can see what's going on here. In the hut, there's a chamber, and there's a plunge hole. There's probably a couple in this case, but here you can see they dig out, and they don't actually exit the house until they get, in this case, about 6 feet away. And so they're coming in, and they climb up into that chamber, and of course that's where they live, in particular in the winter time. This would probably cave in. They're very good diggers, and it's not often you get to see this where they're run, where it's all drained out and you can see the run coming in. Probably more than one run on this house, but this is the obvious one right here. We've got a run here. It's coming, it's about 10 feet out from the road, but these muskrats live in the roads more often than they live in houses, at least in South Dakota here. And so they're burrowing in here, and they normally will go up into a chamber, and a lot of times it's right under the road, and so the road will cave in. A lot of damage caused by muskrats, and the townships and the counties, they love us guys that trap them.
The Trapper of the Week is Logan Mayo with a nice beaver taken in a cable at a blind set. Congratulations, Logan, and get your chance to be Trapper of the Week by visiting us at NorthAmericanTrapper.com.
Handling nest raiders is our specialty, and you can become the steward of your own land with our North American Trapper scent package, which includes our Coonbuster DP bait and magnet trailing scent. Our sweet-scented trailer will draw them in, where our Coonbuster will then take over, and its soaked crawfish essence will entice those nest raiders to work the trap consistently. Look no further than our North American Trapper Combo scent package for all your predation control needs. North American Trapper. Proven products. Proven conservation.
Welcome back to Duke Trap's presentation of North American Trapper with Alan Probst.
Well, we've got two traps down. A little tilt on the float. Normally that's a good sign. It's springtime. It's the end of April. You can see a farmer over there. He's he's prepping to plant, or maybe he is planting, I don't know. Ag is a big thing here in South Dakota, and I work with a lot of farmers, more so with ranchers on coyote control. And just listen to the noises out here. Outside of the farmer, you got frogs, you got a goose, there goes a dragonfly. This is my office. I've always been blessed to have a good office at my work. Lived in national parks, game refuges, state parks. So I truly am blessed. Let's see what we got down here. There's one muskrat. The muskrat is a herbivore. Got these big teeth. They cut vegetation. They live on plants and seeds and other stuff. I don't know what they all eat, but they're strictly herbivore. And then down here we got another one. And this time of year, they bite each other a lot. They're breeding, and they're just brutal on each other. During the winter time, not so much. They seem to get along, but once that breeding season starts, they are just vicious. We've got another float across the road. I'm not putting any more bait on these. They've already crawled up here and pooped and peed on it, and more than likely, they've squirted their musk on that. The males have squirted their musk. And so once they get that musk on there, there's no need to bait it anymore. All right, that's ready to go. Okay, we've got some repair work done by the county here, and I have absolutely no doubt this is a result of muskrats. And most of the line I'm on today, they've fixed things. They've come in and graded over them on the gravel. And in this case, they filled this with gravel. This would amount to more into that pavement there. And I've taken maybe, on this half-mile stretch, maybe 100 muskrats. And they're living mostly up in the roads. Yes, they have muskrat houses, but they're way more living in the roads. And so this caves in, and the county fixes it. The township fixes it. The state fixes it. And like I say, sometimes this can grow much bigger if it's not maintained. The road guys, they like me. They like guys that trap muskrats and beaver too. Well, we're pulling today, and I can't say that's a bad feeling. It's kind of nice. I've been working hard at this, but it's another year past, and so that makes you kind of feel bad. So we got one rat down here. It's been a good year. A lot of muskrats, and met a lot of people doing this, and had people come along, made some friendships, and so it's been good. All right, both traps are gone. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I see two rats. The funny thing is, this trap line is very old. It's run its course. So you got two rats here, and then the cameraman, he pointed out one swimming about 20 feet away here. And most of what we're catching right now is males. The females are probably close to giving birth to that first litter they have. So these males have a musk in them, a musk gland, and it's quite valuable. I don't know what it's all used for, but it's quite valuable. And muskrats, they crawl up on everything, and that's really the premise behind these floats. I mean, I entice them with lure, sometimes baits, carrots and stuff, but it's just a fact they like crawling up on things.
Now, it's time for the North American Trapper Tip of the Week.
So you farmers out there, this is an easy way to go, and they come in different sizes, but if the conditions are right, you can see down into the water, and you can see runs in your stock dams and ponds, and so you just stick them right in the bottom of that run. This is 7 by 7 inches, and you can go down to 5 inches. This might be a little bit big for some of the runs, and just set it on the bottom. You can stack 2 in there if you want, but it's about as easy as it gets. And these particular ones, they will fold up, and so I can carry a lot of them in my pickup truck. Just like that.
North American Trapper Predation Packages. Get any one of our specific trapping packages that has been ultimately designed to help you become the master predation controller of your farm, ranch, or hunting lease. Control the predators that are costing you time and money, and get out there trapping today with one of our North American Trapper Predation boxes. All of the packages come with the trapping essentials to get you out in the field, plus an instructional DVD that will show you the way. Visit us at NorthAmericanTrapper.com and start breaking dirt today.
Welcome back to Duke Trap's presentation of North American Trapper with Alan Probst.
We've got a hole here right up on the shoulder of the road, and I've actually seen muskrats come out of this hole here, and they're on the road and they go running back in it, and just typical of muskrats, they just dig and dig and dig, and so their den comes out somewhere out here. On a clear day I can see it. But it comes up in here and probably even goes a little further onto the road. Typical muskrat sign, and as I'm sitting here, I'm caving in right here, and that's from the muskrats. Thousands and thousands of dollars of road damage occur from muskrats, and it's just the way it is. I love muskrats and I love the marshes, but the county guys hate them. I've got one float here, not a thing in it, but this float has produced double after double after double, and I probably got the majority, if not all of them, out of here. But the interesting thing is there's a culvert here. There's turds on top of the culvert, but you can see where the run is just by the algae that's separated. And they like to swim on top of the water, but they'll dive down if they need to and swim right on the bottom. And so you can see the runs, and then they go up here and down this way. And sometimes it's not that easy to see rat sign if you don't have houses. But there's other ways to look at it. This has taken a lot of rats. It's probably had 7 doubles in a row, and who knows how many it's taken. But you can't see the sign in here unless you're looking for a little more subtleness. You can see the trail where the rats are swimming here, the algae spread apart, and there's also turds on that culvert. And I'm just surprised at how well this has produced based on, well, there's not a rat house you can see right here anyway. What we've got here is we've got a sizable culvert going under the road, probably 3 foot diameter. And it's if you've got one of these on your ground, well, you can use a float. They're going to come by here. They just gravitate towards culverts. And you got a culvert, you got muskrats, that's a location for you. These floats, put them out. You can put a little bait on there, you can put some carrots on there, just get them crawling up. And in the fall, you're going to get your local muskrats. In the spring, when they're really moving around breeding, you're going to get muskrats from way back in there. This particular float, I'm going to guess it's taken 20 muskrats. And I've just got one float. I started off with one on the other side, and that one wasn't connecting, and this one would have 2 every day. And so remember these culverts. For some reason, whether it's coon, muskrats, mink, even canines are attracted to culverts, but there's something about a culvert that attracts these animals. And I think we've got one here. Yeah, the other one sprung off. Sometimes what happens on these floats is this is a big muskrat and they get to thrashing and the other trap springs off. And you can adjust your pan tension. But on these number 2 Victors, they particularly go off easy. Boy, this is deep. I can feel it leaking into my waders.
Let's take a look at the North American Trapper Products Spotlight.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Weeby skinning knives. These things are fantastic. This is the Vixen. I really like the Vixen. It's got the wood handle, but these knives, their slogan is wicked sharp. And whether you're using this one or the Arctic Fox or the Red Fox, or you're using their tail zipper, any one of their tools is going to be very useful for you when you're in the fur shed, handling your fur and getting it ready for market or tanning or whatever you want to do. The bigger ones, the Vixen, the Arctic Fox, the Red Fox, they all come with a nice pouch that you can put on your belt. You have that out in the field with you as well. But make sure you stop by our website, check out all the Weeby knives, because they are a fantastic piece of equipment and are definitely going to help you when you're out there in the fur shed.
You need to have faith in the baits and lures piquing the curiosity of those at large predators. North American Trapper has you covered on your quest with our skunk-based Madness, crawfish-based Coonbuster, fish-based Reaper, and our meat-based Mountain Man. North American Trapper baits and lures are all multi-layered and proven to help you become the best predation trapper that you can be. Take back control of the ecosystem that is yours and get our scent bundle at NorthAmericanTrapper.com for the next time you're out breaking dirt on the line.
Welcome back to Duke Trap's presentation of North American Trapper with Alan Probst.
I'm not going to put a float in here. This house is in the public right away, which I can legally trap. And these houses are just slam dunks. You can set about anywhere. They're climbing all over on these houses. And in the fall, they're building like crazy. These things will go up overnight almost. I don't know how they do it. And I can set anywhere in here. Anywhere in here. Anywhere around the house. They're just crawling all over. You can go like that. Traditionally, guys always want to set under the water, but you don't have to. I've learned that in the last 10 years. You don't have to do that. And when you first set the house, I'll set like 2 or 3, and you are not going to miss. It's a surefire way to get a muskrat. Well, we're just off the road again, one on each side here, and it's towards the end of the season. This is a piece of ground about 2 square miles, and it's got marsh all the way around the edges of the roads. And 2 years in a row, I'm probably at 250 rats each year, and it's just unbelievable how many rats you can get. It's usually way more than you estimate. This is number 2 square jaw Victor. Trap that was made for land trapping, but it really wasn't very good for that, but it is excellent on muskrats. It's nice and heavy. It takes them right down. We've got a real simple set here, and this set's been around forever. And it caught a rat. It's caught rats almost every time I've checked it. This one's caught by the head, and so he didn't fight at all. He just went down. And so this log just floats here. Gosh, who knows how long it's been here. It's probably been a long time. And the rats are walking on this. They just walk all over anything floating out in the water. And so I just set it right here. I'm going to move the rat so you can see better. And I do on this one, I kind of guide it just a little bit. Not that you would have to, but that rat, there's crap all over this. That rat would just walk on top, dive off, and be down there. It's that easy. And so if you've got a floating log, and some of the old books will tell you chop out a notch, and if you have to, if there's crap on there, they're walking on it, it's going to get you rats, and you may have to adjust it a little bit to set your trap, but I don't do that. If I have one that'll take a trap, that's what I do. This log here, we've got a muskrat stool, is what they've traditionally been called. It's a toilet, a stool, and so they like to crawl up on things to crap. And these are just wicked deadly. You can't miss on these things. And you could set the trap right on top here, or you could set it here. It's just going to produce. And it tells you that there's a lot of muskrats. This particular toilet gets used often, and it's all over. It's all over here. Here's even muskrat tracks right in the crap itself, and so it's a good indicator of a good population. It's a good place to set, and the water's plenty deep here for the muskrat to drown. You just can't go wrong with a muskrat stool.
Well, I definitely want to thank Mark for allowing me to follow him, out there on his muskrat line. But as you can see, the methods and techniques that he shows you, very easy, very simple. You find those different things anywhere across the country where muskrats are. You're going to have floating logs. You're going to have different areas you can put the floats in, and they're going to work for you. But you can also see the problems that they cause for taxpayers, the problems that they cause for ranchers, farmers, homeowners. If you have a pond and you get muskrats in there, they're going to dig, they're going to multiply, they're going to burrow. It's just going to collapse in, and you're going to have a big expense. But the methods that Mark showed us, you can use, and it's going to help you on your property. If you need any products, make sure you go to NorthAmericanTrapper.com. We'll be more than happy to help you get you started in the right direction for anything that you need when it comes to trapping related and you go in the field. Proven products equals proven conservation, and we'll see you next time on North American Trapper.